Well, this is our first show of Pride Month, and as you can expect, the celebrity virtue signaling for Pride is in full throttle right now. They are in a race against time to show people how virtuous and tolerant they are. First of which is Adele, who recently accosted one of the members of her audience for saying that Pride sucks. She deemed this completely unacceptable behavior and went off on him. We can show the video here.
Yes, I almost deleted it there. Here, let's watch this clip here.
Did you come to my fucking show and just say that Pride sucks? Are you fucking stupid?
You might be that clear.
Fucking ridiculous.
Let's jump in.
You've got nothing nice to say. Shut up, all right?
Period.
Perhaps it's you, sir. Do we have any husbands here tonight who have been dragged along? I will not be offended. You can cheer. Do we have any husbands here? You will thank me later because I'm really going to turn your wives on tonight, right? And you'll end up... Did you come to my fucking...
Okay.
It's just funny because, you know, the person didn't even say anything homophobic. They just said that Pride sucks.
Technically,
which it objectively does.
He could have been talking about one of the 7 deadly sins.
Yes, he was. But like Pride Month as it exists, as like this corporate rainbow slop, yeah, it sucks.
Do you guys
to say nothing of homosexuality?
Did you guys understand anything she said?
Her accent was pretty thick.
Yeah. It's like that scene in Uncharted where every time the Scottish guy talks, Tom Holland goes, I have no idea what you're saying.
You're homophobic and ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything nice to say, just shut the F up, is essentially what she said. And then also, Katy Perry decided to jump into the mix and post a remix version of Harrison Butker's commencement speech at Benedictine that is pro-Pride Month and feminism and all of that stuff. Yep. She said, I fixed this for my girls, my graduates, and my gays. You can do anything. Congratulations and happy Pride.
Notice how Harrison Butker never said they couldn't. But anyways, let's listen to this. In my heart of hearts, I would like to believe that she's actually sitting on her phone editing this clip, and
we know that it was the unpaid intern.
Yes,
though.
Exactly.
We know that.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? I would venture to guess the women here today are going to lead successful careers in the world. I say all of this to you because I have seen it firsthand, how much happier someone can be supporting women and not saying that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. The road ahead is bright. Things are changing, society is shifting, and people young and old are embracing diversity, equity, and inclusion. With that said, I want to say happy Pride Month to all of you, and congratulations, class of 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, we love alternate universe libtard Harrison Butker's speech. Very empowering.
Should have given him a man bun.
It's just, I still can't get over the irony because he was absolutely correct in saying that the women in that room are more excited to be married than have careers.
You know, at the beginning, I thought like this was a really inappropriate commencement speech. It was like, oh, it's in a Catholic university. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know for a fact that the women in the audience were cheering for him. Yeah. They agreed with him. So, I mean, it was just never meant for public consumption anyway, but it really got a lot of people mad, and you love to see it.
You know, it's one stupid aunt that was there was like, I'm gonna pull my phone out.
Exactly.
Well, no, that was recorded. That looked like it was recorded by the school.
No, I'm pretty sure they published it.
That was recorded by the school. That was a.
But still, it's just complete ignorance that any women exist with different priorities than their careers.
Yep.
And anyway, furthermore, you sent me this. The Miss Universe co-owner has just announced that trans women are now allowed to compete in their pageants, but they can't win. There's the catch.
There had been trans women in the pageant since 2018.
Yes, but then the ownership shifted. The current owner of Miss Universe is actually a trans woman, a trans-identified woman, and they have changed their rules to allow trans and married competitors. I didn't know that you couldn't be married in one of these pageants, but
really?
It's wild that they can compete, quote unquote, under these new guidelines, but they can't win, which just makes the competition easier for the people who are eligible. And they're literally giving them participation trophies.
I kind of like that you can't be competing if you're married. It's like, you're married, I don't like it.
They said the trans women, the women with husbands, divorced women, this is a communication strategy because you understand they can compete, but they cannot win. We just put the policy out there. Social inclusion, as people would say. And they continued, the women from non-traditional backgrounds cannot win Miss Universe. And I mean, it's better than nothing, but it would be ideal if men couldn't compete in these pageants.
I can't believe that they made that contingent. It's like, oh, but you can't win though.
They were like social inclusion and all that.
I like the idea that it's put in the fine print at the very bottom and none of them ever read it. And they're like, look, you should have had a lawyer read the contract. That's the real problem here.
When do you eliminate that? I don't know how it all works, but that was just bizarre. I guess that's just the gesture they made in solidarity for Pride Month.
With trans athletes in women's sports too?
Like they can quote unquote compete, but not win.
Listen, you can swim really fast if you want, but let's give it to Susie.
If you want to feel included.
let's give it to Susie that she's been training since she was 6 months old.
Yeah, better than nothing, but they still have to share the locker rooms and all that.
Yep. It's I think it's going to get, I don't think it's going to be as bad as usual. I've seen a lot of people say they've seen a noticeable drop in like Pride Month virtue signaling and propaganda this
100%.
You were looking out for the company logos to get changed, and they didn't.
At midnight, I was just curious if they had it set on like autocorrect to change the logos and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they did, but not till the next day and stuff like that. All the Middle East logos are still suspiciously not changed.
As per usual.
I think last year, Pride kind of died down after half the year when it was like, listen, Twitter's going to be rambunctious this year. We're like, you know what? We're going to keep it. I think Target canceled all their Pride stuff.
Not all. They just
in certain states.
They canceled the nationwide rollout, but it will still exist in
Washington State or something.
Yeah, or California. And
basically means red states won't have the Pride
or they don't
collections
have
or
to have.
They don't have to
have them. Look, it's I think that will probably help you with your overall image because people just don't like seeing it consistently done in such a inorganic way, and it just doesn't feel it doesn't feel organic to anybody who's actually paying attention. And that's kind of the name of the game. Is it's hard to consider yourselves a resistance when every major corporation on earth falls in line with your essentially neoliberal values, and that's the name of the game today.
Mm-hmm. I definitely this year is probably the least tolerant towards the excesses of Pride.
You could also say that this is a product of a bad economy and inflation, and the fact that corporations are struggling right now. So they're like, look, we can't afford bad press right now. They're like, look, this is for good years. This is for years when we're making record profits without inflation and stuff like that. So that makes sense to me. Corporate-wise, it's not about necessarily ideology on its face. It's about corporate decision-making being like, look, we can't afford it right now.
So when the companies are doing well, they just think, how can we ruin this?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have that discussion, right? Is it get woke, go broke, or is it go broke, get woke?
Interesting.
Some people have the back and forth is to say, like, when a company is already struggling, then the virtue signaling begins. Other people believe perhaps better in retail environments that makes more sense to think that it's we can't afford this right now because we need mass appeal and we can't afford large scale boycotts. It kind of puts a damper on what I've just never been a boycott person. I don't care enough to boycott. Target does something I don't like. I'm not going to not go to Target. I already avoid Target as it is. It's not like I need to go on a regular basis. But if I have to go there, I'm not going to skip it for ideological reasons. I understand that that's not the popular position in this space. But I just don't care.
I think putting your money where your mouth is important. I think kind of the burning like Bud Light cans is kind of ridiculous, you know. Like you bought the product.
Burning Bud Light cans.
Yeah, you bought the product to destroy it. Like they already got
your money.
There
were Bud Light cans.
Cans.
I thought you said the dolls. The cans.
No,
like
Hispanic
when Kid Rock did the video, shooting all of the Bud Light cans. It's like you literally gave them money
That's like
to dunk on them on Instagram.
$300 worth of Bud Light.
In other news, in Pride Month, AI is bigoted against gay people because a lesbian dating app decided to implement facial recognition on their app, and it excluded trans women from matching with biological females. So
sounds like bigotry.
That's awkward. Yeah. I mean, I assume the clientele for an app like this is already extremely small.
Yeah.
But I find it funny that even robots know the difference. And also, Call of Duty has decided to roll out some Pride Month skins in the game.
Yeah, we'll have to show you this picture, Dane. This is.
In the middle of them getting sued as well.
Yes,
they're getting sued right now for glorifying assault rifles.
There's a double stack of trans ammunition in.
Yes.
This is a thing.
The meme.
Yes, they literally did the meme with the.
Did Nikki Haley sign it? That witch demon.
Probably, yeah. Not the greatest thing you could do in the world right now.
There's a trans missile, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, well, that looks like a trans like a magazine with trans bullets in it.
I'm sorry, I'm blind.
Yeah, so yeah, not. I don't know how anyone thought this was a good idea, but. You know,
I mean, these are the people who speak the most violently on social media and don't back up that energy.
Grums was talking about it, which we're gonna be very careful with how we talk about the language here. He says Activision and Call of Duty are being sued for millions over Uvalde. That is going on right now. Activision, Daniel Defense, are being sued by the victims of Uvalde because of they say that support, like advertising the AR-15 is what leads to stuff like this, and Call of Duty is violent, therefore it's a bad thing. It says then they do this right after they get sued. They would rather lose a multi-million-dollar lawsuit than stop virtue signaling. There is precedent for this too, because I didn't know about this beforehand, but I found this article. The Sandy Hook families settled for $73 million with Remington.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
I didn't know that.
These lawyers are sick. Like, they're so good to win these nonsense lawsuits. Like how do you even make the correlation?
It says the families of 9 victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary school shooting announced Tuesday that they have agreed to a $73 million settlement in a lawsuit against the maker of the rifle used to kill 20 first graders and 6 educators in 2012. This story is from 2022. So there is precedent now for Daniel Defense getting sued.
So, okay. So the lawsuit is the gun is available in the game, and the game is popular, thus the game...
It glorifies gun violence is what they're arguing. Yeah. I mean, I doubt that's going to go anywhere, but also, I mean, they're putting themselves in more danger of
this closed
lawsuits.
Remington. Like, Remington went out of business for this and then had to, reestablish.
Well, other people said that was, like, kind of on the way for Remington beforehand, but regardless, there was precedent for that.
Grums goes into like way more detail with way more information, arguing with people online about this. It's very interesting. I don't know how much of it is actually YouTube safe to talk about.
With examples of also like mass shooters who identify as trans and who were vocal about that before perpetrating their acts of violence. This just opens up Call of Duty to yet another lawsuit or handful of lawsuits.
Yeah. And this goes hand in hand with Alex Jones just like literally crying during
doing a war cry
on the as he went off the air on InfoWars because of the government coming in and putting the locks on the doors because they sued him for he lost $1 billion lawsuit for defamation.
We're already getting too spicy right now. I'm worried, but it's true.
All we've done is report things that are going on. We haven't.
We are the news.
Yes.
We are just journalists after all. Don't shoot the messengers.
It is literally the meme, though. The meme.
I love that they did it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I love that they did it.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.